Fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Fighting out of the red corner, Tyson Griffin.
The thing with him is there's no quit in him. It doesn't matter how tired he gets. There was never any quit in him. After watching him fight, you realized he was never going to stop. He was just going to keep going, keep going, and keep going, keep taking his punishment, or keep dishing out the punishment. He understood from the very beginning he was going to win. You know, so he wanted to try and push and push and push until he broke you. It didn't matter who you were or what size you were. Tyson would. He would scrap against you. So I kept pushing him down and kept taking him down and putting my weight on him. I'm a lot bigger than him. And he got pissed off. He wanted to fight me in real life. I was like, wow, this guy's really a little Wolverine, you know, he's a fighter. I mean, he's fought guys like Frankie Edgar. He's fought a lot of top guys.
One of the most exciting fights I think we've ever seen, Mike. Here's the knee bar. Tyson Griffin with a last-minute knee bar. And this is deep. Look how far back that thing is hyperextended. Oh, man.
He fought the best of the best, and there's a reason why he fought the best of the best, because he was one of them.
Over the top of the right. Griffin is turning. Yeah, he is. Seconds of the fight. What a great battle. What a battle between Tyson Griffin, Rafael Dos Anjos.
To have the UFC cut me, I took a year off to do nothing, man, and like that year off, I really figured out I love fighting and I really wanted to fight again and start training again. And then I just didn't train. I'll be honest, I took so much time off, didn't train that smart, and trained way too hard. And so I thought I was gonna, you know, be the exception of the rule and just pound my head against the wall. And I found out the hard way that you pound your head against the wall enough, you know, you get hurt.
I remember him trying to do the things that he knew he could do, but his body was failing him from the injury with his arm. I remember him saying, I could do 10 push-ups now. This is a guy that would do 100 push-ups no problem before he had the injury. I remember his last fight he lost, and he was very disappointed because he didn't get the best out of himself. But it's because his body wouldn't allow him to. He trained himself as best he could. He trained around all the injuries.
I was definitely in denial about my career being over, and I think the big turning point was when I decided to test myself, go do a grappling match. My arm's not that good, not that strong. I went and did it anyway. I got my bad arm barred, got it popped pretty good. That's when I realized that it's time to pretty much stop. It was definitely frustrating that I couldn't, you know, fight and end my career on my own terms. And then trying to find the positive light in it and see that it's my time to give back, you know? It's my time to do something with everything that I've learned and not just let it fall by the wayside.
During the time that Tyson Griffin was with me, you know, he was a great teammate and he was a great student. He'd always go help all the other fighters with information on whether it be weight cutting or certain techniques. He'd go out of his way to help everybody. He left it out here to go teach other kids and bring up future champions, you know, of the world.
I started this gym with my older brother and a family friend. It's kind of like that full circle where you learn martial arts, you go on that journey, and then you come back and teach martial arts in your hometown and try to give that back to the kids and the members of that community.
It's not really like just a fight club where we just come in here, train, and don't really spend quality time with each other. We're actually like building bonds, establishing relationships with one another, almost like a brotherhood.
My goals for the gym right now are just to really progress and push our MMA team. Right now we've got Derek cutting weight. He's got a world title fight at 125, and you got to make 125 on the dot, no 126. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, this is the time and the opportunity that he's been asking for and dreaming about his whole life. So there's no more excuses, nothing but action, and you gotta work, because good things come to those who work for it. Good things don't come to those who wait.
I'm grateful to have Tyson as a mentor and as a coach. I have 2 kids. He told me, hey, just take care of my responsibilities with my kids, then let's schedule a time to work out. And sometimes those workouts are like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., or sometimes midnight.
Yeah, go. Let's go. Let it out. Go. Go. Come on. Go. Get on the bike. What? Are you breaking?
From my experience, what I know with Derek is I imagine he's just not used to pushing physically when he's feeling this way. And that's something that we got as wrestlers, like, you know, me and myself, you know, guys like Daniel Cormier, like, have no problem pushing when we feel like shit. When we don't want to get up and we go more.
I mean, you couldn't make things hard enough for him. You know, he was the kind of kid that would come back no matter what you did. He could push himself to the limit and wouldn't get himself too down because of a loss here or a loss there. And on he went to get himself better.
And Derek's kind of the opposite, where I've got to push him and show him that he can do more than he thinks. He can do more than he's experienced before, and he's already overcome that in this camp.
I'm actually going to start teaching some of the kids from Oakland Tech. They're going to be coming over in the mornings and learning how to kickbox. So I'm really excited to work with those kids specifically because I know how Oakland is, the environment there. Having the youth get to train for free is amazing because when I first started training martial arts and things like wrestling, they're not about money. It's really about the youth and trying to give back and change those kids' lives.
It does not surprise me at all that Tyson's working with the youth. I know he'd always wanted to give back to the area that he was from, and this is an opportunity to do that.
I think I've learned to help other people succeed because of some of the positive coaches I've had around me. My wrestling coach, Kermit Bankston, he's always helped more than wrestling. He's always helped the athletes try to become a better human being, and that's something I really took away from the sports that I've been involved with, and especially wrestling.
It's what I've learned, in the past, and the people that have coached me have done the same kind of thing. The giving back. It's giving back from what he got out of it. Tyson's learned that he can make a difference with a lot of people, and it doesn't have to be winning professional MMA matches. It's what he can give back to kids.
For the last 2 weeks now, it's been very difficult for me to even demonstrate techniques. Just trying to show some simple shadow boxing and punching. I can feel my arm locking up on me and my muscles spasming, and I'm trying to play it off and shake it out, and try to still demonstrate good technique for the kids. If you're looking like you're in pain and not having fun doing what you're doing, they're like, wait, if he's over there hurting and not having fun teaching, why do I want to do kickboxing? You know what I mean? I had to have Derek help me open up the vacuum top today because both of my hands aren't strong enough to get the top gripped right. And after he opened it, handed it back to me, I just started laughing and walked away because I wish I had Derek's problems. I mean, not all of them, but I wish I had his MMA problems. Let's go, 17 minutes, non-stop work.
Gotta have fun, man. The hard work's over. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the pot of gold, the rainbow, man. The hardest part is making weight and doing everything and getting through camp healthy the way he did. His head's in the right place, and man, that's when the best fights come together, the best performances, and we're gonna see probably Derek's best performance to date that he's had in his career.
I can't recall a day where I would say Tyson Griffin didn't stand for the team, where he was just out for himself.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work, champ. Let me get three.
He always wore his emotion on his sleeve. I could watch him, like before my fights, he would come to the room as I was leaving to go to the arena, and I could see that he was nervous, but he would try to keep it in check. But I could see in his face and his eyes how nervous he would get. That's how you know they care about you, because they're feeling exactly what you're feeling as you get ready to go out there and fight.
Let's go! Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ! Control that breathing, baby. Focus, focus. Be first, yes! Be first! Be first! Be first, go! Go! Let's go, get on top, you lost it! He's got it, break that shit! Scramble! Let's go! Break it! Break it! Break it! Yes! Break it! Elbow! Yes! 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 Elbow! Oh yes, arm triangle! Arm triangle! Get that shit! Adjust! 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 Tap! Leave that punch get turned into a tap! Yes! The highest of highs in the sport and the lowest of lows, and he's on the highest of highs right now, and so am I. It was amazing to be a part of his journey, and
For me, coaching and making people the best in the world, pushing them physically, psychologically, to grow every day, even if it's just a little bit, that's where my passion's at. I don't need to get my goals to be satisfied and fulfilled in life anymore. It's interesting because I never would have thought that. I don't need to be the best anymore. I've proven everything I could ever prove to myself, and now I want to help other people prove that to themselves, because, you know, guys like Derek, they don't always believe that they can do what he just did tonight. There was a lot of days and a lot of doubt in this camp.
He helped mold me into the man that I am today, into the man that I am today, the martial artist, the fighter that I am today. He taught me not to feel sorry for myself, just to pick myself up. It doesn't matter how bad it is, as long as you just keep your head up and just keep moving forward, then you'll get the result that you'll be expecting.
When you look back at Muhammad Ali and all that stuff, I'm sure you see the covers and you see all that, but the lasting impression is what you leave with other people. You know, like when you move on, people are going to tell stories about how, not just how they watched you fight, because that'll come and go, but they'll tell stories about how you taught them jiu-jitsu. You know, I think coaches and teachers can influence so many people.
No, it's actually something I enjoy passing on to everybody, man. Martial arts can change everybody's life. You don't have to compete to actually have it affect your life, and that to me is the beauty of it. It's empowered people to take steps that they maybe wouldn't have taken if they hadn't, you know, trained martial arts. I've seen a change in some of the kids at Guardian, and more so some of the other kids that need the confidence boost. There's 2 boys and 1 girl that I had noticed that they probably don't even notice that I noticed, but they've made a huge change in their attitude towards the class, their attitude towards the techniques when they're doing the kickboxing, and what I've gained from setting a goal and accomplishing it. I want to be able to give that back to other people and let them see that they can literally have anything they want. You know, if this asthmatic fat kid can become a world champion, UFC fighter, nutritional coach for Daniel Cormier, I mean, gym owner, you know, I can probably list a bunch of stuff, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. I think I really want to compete at Fight to Win just to continue on the path of growth. I've found so much growth in martial arts training and martial arts competition. I feel like it's kind of what I'm meant here to do. And when you find your purpose in life, you know, life becomes a little easier. My body's functioning better. I've got more balance of strength. I still have a lot of aches and pains, but you know, the fact that I'm improving and getting some results, I have to just be happy with that, and that's part of that growth. You know, I can't complain about where I am at, where I was at, whatever. I just got to keep pushing, keep moving forward. After having nerve damage, having experienced what I feel outside of being paralyzed, the worst injury that somebody can really experience, man, it was a rough road, but I'm here. The key to a successful performance at Fight to Win Pro for me is to simply not even think of it as a competition. It's what I do every day. I grapple people every day, so I'm gonna go out there and grapple somebody. There just happens to be a bunch of people watching. The hardest part, ignoring them. I'm like a tough competitor. I don't want an easy match. That's not what I'm about. That's not what life's about for me. I like testing myself, and I grow through those tests, and I perform pretty well. Obviously not as good as I wanted. Yeah, I lost a split decision. I can't complain. Overall, my body keeps improving its performance. I said to myself that I wanted to compete all of 2018. Fight to Win against Ramsey was the first one, and I'm looking forward to competing at the next one. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still living the dream.